Welcome back to you into today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 8 to 10 days in today's video, which is taking us into the start of December. Still interesting patterns emerging with blocking areas of high pressure developing up to the north of the country and pulling the winds into the north and the northeast. So certainly signs that it's going to get colder through the course next week. Well publicised change to cold weather that I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, still on course. Now, before we go on video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my web videos at gavswebvids.com. Please play those videos. You'll be supporting gavswebvids.com by doing that. I also want to mention Gav's Shop. You can browse through the items in Gav's Shop, but you are not restricted to those items. You can click through any of the Amazon banners and go through to amazon.co.uk, and you'll be able to buy whatever items and Christmas presents you would like from amazon.co.uk, and at the same time be supporting gavswebvids.com. So very exciting developments for Christmas. So starting off with the 500 millibar height anomaly charts, as I've explained in my other 8 to 10 day videos, the red colours here are indicating above average heights at 18,000 feet, 500 millibars. That's extrapolated to high pressure. My blue colours are indicating below average heights, below average temperatures really, at 18,000 feet. That's extrapolated to a low pressure. So this is the height anomaly for 8 to 10 days time, which as I say is taking us now into the start of December. This is the ECMWF chart, GFS on right, have a look at it in a moment. And what we're seeing here is a big blocking area of high pressure right over the top of the North Pole and stretching down into the Atlantic. A very extensive blocking ridge there, right the way through the Atlantic going up to the pole. The jet stream, the lines here are well south of the country around this trough of low pressure that's sitting to the south of the British Isles. Essentially we've got very much a block set up here with the jet stream diving into that trough, then diving down around, diving into the ridge I should say, then diving around the trough, going well south of the British Isles on the cold side of the jet underneath this trough with a blocking area of high pressure sitting over the pole. This really is a classic sort of signal for colder weather, with winds with this coming down from the north and the northeast. Now the only complication really is that it's been very mild on the continent, so it's going to take quite a while to cool the continent down, but eventually the continent will cool down and then we can expect to see some colder weather coming in. The GFS is very similar again. We've got the red colours here in the Atlantic going up right into the centre of the North Pole, so very blocked, high pressure blocking there through the Atlantic into the Arctic. Again, we've got the jet stream diving southwards around this trough here to the south of the British Isles. So again, we're on the cold side of the jet. We've got a blocking ridge to the north and a trough sitting over and to the south of the British Isles. Again, a very classic sort of signal for cold weather. So have a look at the GFS temperature ensembles. We can see that at the moment we're very much near normal or slightly above average actually in the upper atmosphere, but from around say the 25th, 26th of November we're going to see those temperatures starting to slide away. The lines here all go below the red line. The red line, member, is the seasonal average where we should be at this time of year. Many of the ensemble members go below that red line, so it will be turning colder through the course of next week, and then eventually if we get through towards the start of December, some very cold runs, ensemble members beginning to appear here, although there's quite a bit of scatter with this, so maybe some of these are a bit cold, sort of outliers really, but nevertheless we are going below average for the end of November and into the start of December as well. Precipitation spikes, got a lot of precipitation spikes there in the next few days, so a lot more rain to come. Could well be some more problems with flooding after yesterday's deluge. But notice as we go into this colder interlude, actually the precipitation spikes do start to ease off somewhat, so we probably see things drying out a little bit, although it still remains quite unsettled because we're under that trough, and the trough is to the south of the country, so we're not really under a ridge of high pressure. There will still be some precipitation about. Temperature anomalies for the next week, Thursday the 22nd to Thursday the 29th, we're going to be a little bit below average, cooler than average here, pale blue colours indicating temperatures down below where they should be. So if we have a look now at the generic charts, this first of all is the GFS model. This is for Thursday the 29th of November, so this is a week's time. Basically this is showing us what we just saw on the height anomalies. We've got the trough of low pressure here to the south and to the east of the country, a big trough there sitting over Germany really. Up to the north we've got the ridge, the blocking area of high pressure over northern Scandinavia, stretching back up in towards the pole. And as we go through towards 10 days out, which is Sunday the 2nd of December, again we've got this big blocking area of high pressure, very nice block of high pressure there over Greenland, stretching up into the Arctic, 1050 millibars, and this is a proper area of high pressure over Greenland. Sometimes it's hard to work out whether you've got a proper area of high pressure over Greenland, but when you get these yellow colours appearing on these charts over Greenland, that is telling you that you've got a proper block of high pressure up there. And consequently we've still got the low pressure south of the country. Again, the black line here is the jet stream that's digging well south, going right way down in towards southern parts of Spain actually, and into North Africa. And then we've got this trough of low pressure there sitting to the south and to the east of the country. The squeeze between the ridge and the trough is bringing in this easterly wind, or northeasterly wind, going right way back. If you follow the ice bars back, the winds go right way back into Russia, so a very cold easterly to northeasterly wind likely to get up as we go through towards the start of December. Going through to the ECMWF again, this is for 1 week's time, Thursday the 29th of November. Again we've got the trough of low pressure here to the east of the country, the ridge, the blocking bridge building up to the north, all the heights going up to the north, up to the pole. And as we go through to 10 days out, which is Sunday the 2nd of December, once again we've got that very extensive high pressure through the Atlantic going up in towards the Arctic. Not quite such extensive high pressure over Greenland. We've not got the yellow colours showing up over Greenland, but we had on the GFS. But this is a very similar sort of situation really, and for 10 days out it's pretty good agreement that we've got a big block through the Atlantic going up in towards the Arctic. And again the jet stream digging well southwards, follow the black line going down here right the way down in towards northern parts of Africa, with the trough here sitting over the central and western and northwestern parts of Europe, and we're bringing down this cold northeasterly wind. So this is definitely again signalling that it's going to get much colder as we go towards the end of next week into the end of November, the start of December. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if this is right to be seeing some snow getting into the mix as well. Having a look at the GEM, the Canadian model, it's very similar again. We're blocked through the Atlantic in a week's time, Thursday the 29th. The trough there over central parts of Europe, and as we move out into 10 days out, Sunday the 2nd, this is a little bit different actually. We've got this big area of low pressure forming over Iceland, but the blocking high is still in the Atlantic going up towards Greenland. So if you followed this through, you would probably find this area of low pressure diving southwards and introducing a real northerly blast actually with that. But that's a little bit different than the GM, than the GFS and the ECMWF. I'm not sure we can take that too seriously. Before we get to this cold weather, finally, we've just got to worry about the weekend, because this is the GFS chart for Sunday, a very deep area of low pressure there, sitting right over the top of England and Wales. That's going to be producing a lot of heavy rain, and the ECMWF, very similar, very deep area of low pressure, 990 millibars, really tightly packed ice bars wrapped around that area of low pressure, so it'll be very windy, possibly severe gales in the south. But the main thing I think is going to be the heavy rain. It looks like it's going to be very wet over the weekend. Of course, after yesterday's deluge, all of the rivers are really very high indeed, so it won't take much to get some very extensive flooding going on. And I think we do have to be worried before this cold weather gets going next week. We do have to be concerned about the risk of flooding at the weekend. I'll be keeping you updated on that. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.